Hey guys, alright, so this is a breakdown from some sparring footage from a few weeks ago. I have the exact date that it was made in the title, and probably the description as well. But yeah, we did some drills that I'm actually going to include this time. Normally I don't include the drills here, I put them on TikTok and Instagram, but in this case they went on TikTok and Instagram and on here because we did the drills a little longer than we usually do. And we did our boxing spar, our kickboxing spar. We did a drill for each one, trying to get comfortable working in the pocket. You'll see. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy this video. So in this drill, we're working on getting comfortable in the pocket. Since I didn't have a tire to put our feet in, we went ahead and just used a basket. Right out the gate, you can see that I'm using a lot more body shots than I usually do, and that's going to be a theme for this drill. I also noticed that head movement works a little better than I thought it would at that kind of range. It's also pretty obvious that I'm being overly defensive again, though. Since he switches stances so often, it seems to be giving him trouble to not be able to do that. We clinch up and then I land a good doubled up hook that I really like. And that seemed to put him slightly more on the defensive, so we started trading a lot more. I shouldn't have tried to steady myself on the wall there, but keeping your foot in that tire really does make it hard to keep your balance sometimes. Looking at you when you're doing that. I was pretty proud of that roll to a cross right there. Right until I realized that I only rolled because of his feint, which, if he had thrown something after the feint, could have been a problem for me. I gotta stop bitching out and ducking to nothing like that. So that was that drill. Now it's time for our boxing spar. I'm way overreacting to those punches. I'm not getting hit hard, I'm just kind of being a bitch. And then I overextended on that jab. I am doing a pretty decent job of shelling up though. Still overcommitting to the punches like crazy.
I'm just barely slipping these, bro. Like, I feel the wind. I mean, that's really how you're supposed to do it. Yeah.
Those reactionary punches weren't too bad. Blocking and then immediately firing back is actually really good. Even if they don't land, which in this case they didn't. I tried to rush in with my hands too low and paid for it. There I land my doubled up hook and just barely slip his cross by getting to the outside of his elbows. I liked that one. That was a solid shot that stuck just right around the edge of my guard.
Nice shot. Great shot, bro. I thought I blocked it and then it came
It slipped around.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even actually do that.
That leaping left hook works really well for me.
This does make it easy.
So this was our first attempt at doing a drill to get comfortable in the pocket with kickboxing. We found some problems with it and we fixed it for next week, but for this week, what the goal was to try and stay close to the headgear. I tried to throw a question mark kick there. I kind of pulled it because I saw how showed up he was and knew it wouldn't land. I started with a nice high guard and then my hands dropped as soon as I started throwing combos. I've been working a lot on that since then, so hopefully within the next couple videos you'll see it improve quite a bit, but we'll see. He did a good job of faking me out and then actually landing the kick because I went to check the wrong way there. I saw him starting to throw that round kick because he loaded it a little too much, so I went cross to the body and put him off balance so that the kick wouldn't have any power behind it. See, part of the problem with this drill is it allows us to back up. So what we ended up doing for the next week was putting something behind each of us so that we couldn't back up. But there he backed up and I threw my head kick.
Wouldn't have landed.
You don't think?
You got back in time. I was like, it was barely, but you were just out of range.
So that drill wasn't nearly as eventful as I hoped it would be, but now it's time for our kickboxing spar. That was terrible. You see my foot slide when I threw that cross? No power on that. I love that leaping left hook.
Great shot. That was straight tempo. You would have knocked me out 100%.
I don't really love the whole guaranteed knockout thing because nothing's a guarantee in fighting, but I do think that that probably would have rocked him. I knew what he was doing there, so I tried to counter with a jab, but he was quick enough that we ended up trading.
I wouldn't go that far.
That check and then immediately throwing a kick without putting your foot down is something I've been working on quite a bit, and I'm liking a lot. I tried to go boxing and then immediately fake some punches in order to get into a clinch there. By the way, my right foot was still injured for all this, so I was mostly only throwing the left. But once we got in the clinch, I can knee with my right. What I'm not happy with here is that I do have my hips at the entirely wrong angle, and so when I went for the crossface, he immediately started landing hooks and landed, I think, 3. I will say, though, that head kick was in there.
Again. That's like 3 weeks in a row I've almost got hit in the nuts.
I don't know why I tried to jump in like that and then, of course, immediately got punched for it. It's what you deserve, Rowan. He starts pushing forward, I think, to get into boxing range, so I immediately clinch with him. I work a lot on throwing the head kick as soon as I feel the clinch breaking, especially if I'm the one breaking it. But since he was pushing me back in that case, I kind of fell over on it. I do still think the head kick landed, but probably not as powerfully as it otherwise would have. Anytime he makes those leg kicks too obvious, I'm probably going to hit him with a teep. I finished out that round pretty strong. I went doubled up hook and then a little bit of defense, and then I went with a teep to the chest. which unfortunately my toe hit him in the face. I'm sorry about that, bro.
I was going for the chest there.
I feel like your toe caught like the very tip of my tooth somehow.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I was sort of like this.
Yeah.
I felt my heel go here, but
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, bro.
No, you're good.
And that's going to be all for today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, as I said before, and please remember to like and subscribe, you know, do the YouTube stuff. I think that's all. Have a good one.